Commander Jake Morrison looked out the window of his ship into the empty space ahead. The stars were there, bright and beautiful, but he knew he could never reach them. 3 years ago, everything had changed. The aliens had put up a wall around Earth's solar system. No human could leave. No human ship could fly past it. Jake's ship was called the Liberty. It was the best ship Earth had ever built. But even the Liberty could not break through the alien wall. He had tried many times. Each time he watched other ships explode when they touched the invisible barrier. "Commander, we're getting close to the wall," said Dr. Lisa Hayes. She was the smartest person on the ship. For months she had been studying the alien barrier. She wanted to understand how it worked. "I can see it on the screens," Jake said. The wall did not look like anything special. It was just empty space. But when human ships got too close, they turned into burning metal and fire. Lisa looked at her computer. "The wall knows when we're human," she said. "It can tell our DNA apart from aliens. It also knows our technology. That's why it destroys our ships but lets alien ships pass through." Jake felt angry but tried to stay calm. "How many alien ships have we seen this week?" 15, said Captain Danny Sullivan from across the room. Danny was in charge of keeping track of alien movements. "They fly right through the wall like it's not there. Then they watch us, like we're animals in a cage." The Liberty moved closer to the barrier. Jake could see 2 other Earth ships flying with them. The Defender and the Hope were smaller ships, but they were fast and strong. All 3 ships had volunteer crews. Everyone knew this mission would probably fail like all the others. "Distance to barrier?" Jake asked. 2,000 kilometers, Lisa answered. "The wall should activate in 10 minutes. Jake opened a communication link to the other ships. "Defender and Hope, this is Liberty. Remember the plan. We hit the barrier at 3 different points at the same time. Maybe if we surprise it, one of us will get through." "Copy that, Liberty," came the voice from the Defender. "We're ready." "Hope is ready too," said the 3rd ship. Jake turned to his crew. There were 12 people on the Liberty. All of them had families back on Earth. All of them wanted humanity to be free to explore the stars again. "Everyone prepare for barrier contact in 8 minutes. Lisa watched her instruments carefully. "Commander, I'm seeing the same energy pattern as before. The barrier is definitely getting ready to stop us." 3 years ago, humans had been exploring space freely. They had colonies on Mars and the Moon. Ships were traveling to other star systems. Then the Galactic Council had arrived. They were a group of alien races who controlled most of the galaxy. The Council had studied human history. They looked at all the wars humans had fought. They decided that humans were too violent for space travel. "Humans are dangerous," they had said. "They must stay in their home system until they learn peace." Jake remembered that day. He had been on Mars when the barrier first appeared. 50 human ships had been destroyed trying to break through. Thousands of people had died. The message from the aliens was clear. Humans were prisoners in their own solar system. 5 minutes to barrier contact, Lisa announced. Jake could feel his heart beating faster. Maybe this time would be different. Maybe they would find a weak spot in the wall. He had to try. Earth was depending on him. "All ships begin final approach," Jake commanded. The 3 ships spread out and flew toward different parts of the barrier. Jake watched the stars ahead get brighter. For a moment, he imagined flying past them to distant worlds. He thought about human children growing up on planets around other stars. "Contact in 30 seconds, Lisa said. Her voice was tense. Jake gripped his chair. "All power to shields. If we're going to hit this thing, we'll hit it hard." The Liberty raced forward. Jake could see the Defender and Hope doing the same thing. 3 human ships against an alien wall that had never been broken. 10 seconds, Lisa counted down. 5 seconds. Contact! The Liberty hit the barrier. For 1 second, Jake thought they might make it through. Then the ship shook violently. Alarms began screaming. The lights went out and came back on. "We're alive," someone shouted. But Jake looked at his screens and saw the truth. The Defender was gone. The Hope was spinning out of control, its engines dead. The Liberty had survived, but it was badly damaged. "Pull back," Jake ordered. "Get us away from the barrier." As the Liberty retreated, Jake felt the familiar weight of failure. Another mission had failed. More good people had died trying to break humanity free. But Jake was not ready to give up. Back on Earth, Admiral Roy Campbell received Jake's report. The barrier was still unbroken. Humanity was still trapped. But Campbell had a secret. Deep underground, scientists and engineers were working on something new, something the aliens would never expect. The project was called ZEUS, and it would change everything. 6 months had passed since Jake Morrison's failed mission. The destroyed ships had been replaced, but the barrier around Earth remained as strong as ever. People on Earth were losing hope. Some said humanity should accept their prison and stop trying to break free. But deep under the ground, beneath the old NORAD mountain base, something secret was happening. General Patricia Stone walked through long tunnels carved from solid rock. The tunnels were so deep that no alien scanner could detect them. Here, humanity's best minds were working on Project ZEUS. "Show me what you found," Patricia said to Dr. Marcus Webb. Marcus was a physicist who had spent his whole life studying space and energy. Now he was studying alien technology. Marcus led her to a clean white room filled with strange metal pieces. "These came from alien drones that crashed on Earth," he explained. "Captain Danny Sullivan's team has been collecting them for months." Patricia picked up one of the metal pieces. It felt warm and seemed to hum with energy. "What does it do?" "This is the key to everything," Marcus said with excitement in his voice. "The aliens use quantum frequencies to power their ships and weapons. But I've discovered something amazing. We can copy their frequency and use it to hide our ships." Captain Amy Rodriguez joined them. Amy was an engineer who could build anything. She had been working day and night to understand alien technology. "The alien barrier works by detecting human DNA and human-made metals," Amy explained. "But if we can make our ships copy alien frequencies, the barrier won't know we're human." Patricia felt her heart race. "Are you saying we can become invisible to their wall?" "Not invisible," Marcus corrected. "But the barrier will think we're aliens. It will let us pass through." Elsewhere in the underground base, Captain Danny Sullivan was planning another mission. Danny was in charge of collecting alien technology from crash sites around the world. It was dangerous work. The aliens had placed monitoring stations throughout the solar system, and they watched Earth constantly. "We found another crash site in Antarctica," Danny told his team. "The alien drone went down during a storm. We need to get there before the aliens realize it's missing." Sergeant Ben Parker raised his hand. "How do we know the aliens aren't setting a trap? Maybe they want us to find these crashed drones." Danny had thought about this too. "It's possible," he admitted. "But we need their technology. Without it, humanity stays trapped forever." The team prepared for the mission. They would fly to Antarctica in a stealth aircraft that could avoid alien detection. The weather would be terrible, but the storm would also hide them from alien scanners. Meanwhile, Patricia Stone met with other military leaders in a secure conference room. On the wall was a map showing alien monitoring stations throughout the solar system. Red dots marked their locations on the Moon, Mars, and the outer planets. "The aliens think they're watching animals in a zoo," said Colonel Rita Palmer. Rita was in charge of spacecraft construction. "They have no idea what we're really doing down here." Admiral Roy Campbell appeared on a video screen from his office on the surface. "How long before we can test the new technology?" he asked. "Give us 6 more months," Patricia answered. "We need time to build the ships and train the crews." "What kind of ships?" Roy wanted to know. Rita Palmer stood up and activated a holographic display. The image showed a sleek, deadly-looking spacecraft. "We're calling them ZEUS-class ships," she said. "They're smaller than our old ships, but much faster and more powerful." The ZEUS ships looked different from anything humans had built before. They had smooth, curved surfaces that would deflect scanner beams. Their engines used a mix of human engineering and alien technology. Most importantly, they carried weapons that could punch through alien shields. "How many ships can you build?" Roy asked. 12, Rita answered. Each ship will carry a crew of 8. They'll be the best pilots and soldiers we have. Patricia looked at the hologram and felt a mixture of hope and fear. The ZEUS ships were humanity's best chance for freedom, but they were also untested. No one knew if the alien frequency copying would really work. Back in the laboratory, Marcus Webb made another discovery. He had been studying the quantum patterns in alien technology for weeks. "Amy, come look at this," he called out. Amy Rodriguez hurried over to Marcus's computer. On the screen was a complex wave pattern. "What am I looking at?" "This is the frequency the aliens use for their weapons," Marcus explained. "But look at this." He pointed to a section of the wave. "There's a weakness here. If we hit their shields with this exact frequency, they'll collapse." Amy smiled. "So we can not only hide from their barrier, we can also fight their ships." "Exactly," Marcus said. "We'll have the element of surprise. They think humans are trapped and helpless. They won't expect us to show up in their space with weapons that can actually hurt them." As the months passed, the ZEUS project grew larger. Engineers worked in hidden factories throughout the solar system. The Mars colony secretly built engine components. The moon base manufactured weapon systems. Even the space stations around Jupiter contributed materials. Everyone involved knew they were risking their lives. If the aliens discovered the project, they would certainly destroy Earth. But humanity had reached a breaking point. They could not live in a cage forever. Captain Steve Mitchell was chosen to be the first pilot to test a ZEUS ship. Steve had flown missions against the barrier many times. He understood the risks better than anyone. "The ship feels different," Steve reported during his first test flight in Earth's atmosphere. "The alien technology makes everything smoother, more responsive." Patricia watched from the control room as Steve put the ZEUS prototype through its tests. The ship moved like nothing they had ever built before. It could turn sharply without losing speed. Its weapons fired with incredible precision. "How do the frequency generators feel?" Amy asked through the radio. "Like the ship is humming a song," Steve replied. "I can feel the alien technology working with our systems. It's strange, but it feels right." The test flights continued in secret. Each ZEUS ship had to be perfect. There would be no second chances. When humanity finally revealed itself to the galaxy, they had to be ready for war. Deep in her underground office, Patricia Stone looked at photos of the alien monitoring stations. Soon, those stations would see something impossible. They would see human ships flying free among the stars. And humanity would finally answer the aliens who had caged them like animals. The ZEUS project was almost ready. Soon, Earth would show the galaxy what happened when you tried to imprison the human spirit. The construction phase of Project ZEUS had begun. Deep in hidden asteroid mining facilities scattered throughout the solar system, humanity was building its secret fleet. Chief Engineer Rita Palmer stood in the largest facility, located inside a hollowed-out asteroid near Jupiter. Around her, hundreds of workers were assembling the first ZEUS-class warship. "This is Ship 1, Rita explained to Captain Steve Mitchell as they walked around the vessel. "She's different from anything we've ever built." Steve could see the differences immediately. The ZEUS ship was sleek and angular, with surfaces that seemed to bend light around them. Strange patterns covered the hull, copied from alien technology. The ship looked dangerous and beautiful at the same time. "How does the cloaking system work?" Steve asked. "Dr. Marcus Webb's team figured it out," Rita said. "The ship's hull is embedded with quantum frequency generators. They make the ship broadcast the same signals as alien vessels. To the barrier, will look exactly like one of them." Inside the ship, everything was compact and efficient. The bridge could hold 4 people comfortably. The engines took up the back half of the ship. The weapon systems were built into the front section. "What kind of weapons do we have?" Steve wanted to know. Rita smiled. "Quantum torpedoes. They use the same frequency weakness Dr. Webb discovered. One hit should be enough to destroy most alien ships." Steve ran his hand along the control panel. The ship felt alive under his touch. Human engineering mixed with alien technology created something entirely new. "When can we start combat training?" "Soon," Rita promised. But first, we need to finish all 12 ships. Throughout the solar system, the construction continued in secret. On Mars, Colonel Helen Brooks supervised the building of Ship 2 in an underground facility beneath the polar ice cap. The Martian colonists had volunteered to help, even though discovery would mean certain death. The aliens fly over us every day, Helen told her construction team. They have no idea what we're building right under their feet. The Mars facility was smaller than the asteroid base, but it was also more hidden. The workers had to be careful not to create any heat signatures that alien scanners might detect. They worked in short shifts using hand tools instead of loud machinery. On Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, Commander Nick Turner watched workers install the engine systems in Ship 3. Europa's ice-covered surface hid a vast ocean, and humans had built their facility on the ocean floor. The water above provided perfect protection from alien detection. The engines are the most important part, Nick told his team. If the frequency generators fail, the barrier will destroy us instantly. Each ZEUS ship required months of careful work. The quantum frequency generators had to be perfectly calibrated. The weapon systems needed to be tested and retested. Every system had to work flawlessly because there would be no repairs once the mission began. Captain Tony Garcia was training with the combat systems of Ship 4 at a hidden facility on Titan. The thick atmosphere of Saturn's largest moon made it impossible for alien scanners to penetrate to the surface. The quantum torpedoes are different from our old missiles, Tony explained to his crew. They don't explode like regular weapons. Instead, they disrupt the quantum field that holds alien ships together. The enemy vessel just falls apart. Tony's crew practiced combat simulations every day. They fought against computer models of alien ships, learning how to use their new weapons effectively. The ZEUS ships were fast and maneuverable, but they would be heavily outnumbered in any real battle. Remember, Tony told his crew, we'll have the advantage of surprise. The aliens think we're trapped and harmless. They won't expect human ships to appear in their space. Back on Earth, Admiral Roy Campbell coordinated the entire operation from his hidden command center. On his screens, he could see the progress. Of all 12 ZEUS ships, the construction was ahead of schedule, but training the crews was taking longer than expected. How are the pilots adapting to the alien technology? Roy asked General Patricia Stone. Better than we hoped, Patricia replied. Captain Steve Mitchell says the ships feel natural to fly. The alien frequency system seemed to enhance human reflexes rather than fighting against them. Roy nodded. The ZEUS project was humanity's greatest gamble. If it failed, Earth might face complete destruction. But if it succeeded, humans would finally be free to explore the galaxy again. Dr. Lisa Hayes had been transferred to the ZEUS project to help with the technical systems. She worked with Dr. Marcus Webb to improve the quantum frequency generators. Together, they made the cloaking technology more reliable. I've been analyzing alien communication patterns, Lisa told the engineering team. Their ships use the same frequency for communication that we're copying for camouflage. That means we might be able to intercept their messages. This discovery excited everyone. If the ZEUS ships could listen to alien communications, they would have a huge advantage in battle. They could learn about enemy plans and movements. Captain Danny Sullivan continued his dangerous missions to collect alien technology from crash sites. His team had recovered pieces from 17 different alien drones. Each piece taught them something new about their enemies. The aliens have become careless, Danny reported to Patricia. They think we're helpless, so they're not being as careful with their reconnaissance flights. That makes it easier for us to salvage their crashed equipment. The alien overconfidence was helping humanity in unexpected ways. The Galactic Council believed their barrier was unbreakable. They never imagined that humans might find a way around it using alien technology itself. As the months passed, the ZEUS fleet took shape. 12 ships, each with a crew of 8 specially trained personnel. The pilots were the best humanity had ever produced. The engineers understood both human and alien technology. The weapons specialists had trained with the new quantum torpedo systems until they could fire them with perfect accuracy. Captain Bobby Chen commanded Ship 5 and trained his crew in stealth operations. Our job isn't just to fight, he told them. We need to gather intelligence about alien worlds and military installations. When the main fleet arrives, they'll need to know exactly what they're facing. The ZEUS ships were designed for multiple roles. They could fight enemy vessels, but they could also serve as scouts and reconnaissance platforms. Some would carry special equipment to intercept alien communications or hack into their computer systems. Admiral Karen Foster was chosen to command Ship 6. She had spent years studying alien military tactics from intercepted transmissions. The aliens fight in large formations, she explained to her officers. They rely on overwhelming numbers rather than individual skill. Our ships are designed to fight independently, which gives us a tactical advantage. The construction phase was nearly complete. Soon, all 12 ZEUS ships would be ready for their mission. The crews had trained until they could operate their vessels perfectly. The quantum frequency generators had been tested and retested, but the most dangerous part still lay ahead. The ZEUS ships had to break through the alien barrier without being detected. They had to reach alien space and establish humanity's presence there. And they had to do it all while facing an enemy that outnumbered them by thousands to one. In her command center, General Patricia Stone looked at the status reports from all 12 ships. Everything was ready. The moment humanity had been preparing for was almost at hand. Soon, Earth would show the galaxy what happened when you tried to cage the human spirit. The thunder was about to begin. The galaxy had heard humanity's message. Within hours of Admiral Jake Morrison's broadcast, alien fleets began moving toward the captured relay station. The Galactic Council was mobilizing everything they had to crush the human rebellion before it could spread. Sensors are picking up massive fleet movements, Dr. Lisa Hayes reported from ZEUS 1's bridge. I count over 200 alien ships heading our way. Jake looked at the tactical display. Red dots representing enemy vessels were converging on their position from all directions. The ZEUS fleet's 12 ships were completely surrounded. All ships prepare for combat, Jake commanded. Remember your training, we're outnumbered, but we have surprise and better weapons. Captain Steve Mitchell's voice came through the communication system. ZEUS 2 ready for battle. Quantum torpedoes, loaded and targeting systems online. One by one, the other ZEUS commanders reported their readiness. Commander Nick Turner in ZEUS 3, Captain Tony Garcia in ZEUS 4, Captain Bobby Chen in ZEUS 5. All 12 ships were prepared to face impossible odds. The first alien ships arrived within scanning range. They were massive vessels, each 110 times larger than a ZEUS ship. But size wasn't everything in space combat. ZEUS 1 to all ships, Jake announced. The enemy doesn't know what our weapons can do. Use that advantage. Hit them hard and fast. The battle began when an alien cruiser fired on ZEUS 2. Captain Steve Mitchell responded instantly, launching a quantum torpedo that struck the alien ship's shields. The enemy vessel shuddered and began to break apart as its quantum field collapsed. Direct hit, Steve reported with excitement. One alien cruiser destroyed. The other alien ship suddenly realized they were facing something new. Human weapons that could penetrate their shields were impossible, but the evidence floated in space before them, burning pieces of their destroyed cruiser. Jake ordered ZEUS 1 to attack a group of enemy fighters. The small alien ships tried to surround him, but the ZEUS vessel was too fast and maneuverable. Lisa Hayes targeted each fighter precisely, and Jake's quantum torpedoes destroyed them one by one. Enemy formation breaking up, reported Captain Tony Garcia from ZEUS 4. They don't know how to fight us. The alien fleet had been expecting to face primitive human ships with weak weapons. Instead, they found themselves fighting vessels that used their own quantum technology against them. The ZEUS ships moved like deadly dancers through space, impossible to catch and devastating in their attacks. But more alien ships kept arriving. For every enemy vessel the ZEUS fleet destroyed, 2 more appeared to take its place. The humans were winning individual battles but losing the war through sheer numbers. ZEUS 6 is taking heavy damage, reported Admiral Karen Foster. My shields are failing. Jake made a quick decision. All ships form defensive formation around ZEUS 6. We don't leave anyone behind. The ZEUS fleet moved into a tight group, their combined firepower creating a protective barrier around the damaged ship. But Jake knew they couldn't hold this position for long. Eventually the aliens would overwhelm them. That's when Dr. Lisa Hayes made a crucial discovery. "Commander, I'm detecting a massive space station in the Zilithian home system," she announced while monitoring long-range sensors. "It's generating the same quantum signature as the barrier around Earth." Jake understood immediately. That's the control center for the barrier. If we can destroy it, Earth will be completely free. "The station is heavily defended," Lisa warned. "I count 50 capital ships guarding it." Jake opened a communication channel to all ZEUS ships. "Listen carefully, everyone. We found the barrier control station. It's in the Zilithian system 50 light-years from here. If we can destroy it, the barrier around Earth falls forever." Captain Steve Mitchell responded first. "That's suicide, Jake. We'll never make it through 50 capital ships." "Maybe not," Jake admitted. "But if we don't try, humanity stays trapped forever. I'm not asking anyone to follow me. This is a volunteer mission." One by one, every ZEUS commander volunteered. Commander Nick Turner, from ZEUS 3. "Count me in." Captain Tony Garcia, from ZEUS 4. "ZEUS 4 is with you." Admiral Karen Foster, from the damaged ZEUS 6. "My ship can still fight." All 12 ships turned toward the Zilithian home system. Behind them, the confused alien fleet tried to pursue, but the ZEUS ships were too fast. The quantum frequency generators that had allowed them to pass through the barrier also made their engines more efficient. The journey to the Zilithian system took 18 hours. During the flight, Jake coordinated with Earth through quantum communication links. General Patricia Stone's voice was tense but determined. "The whole planet is behind you, Jake. Every person on Earth is watching and hoping." As the ZEUS fleet approached the Zilithian homeworld, they could see the massive barrier control station orbiting the planet. It was larger than any human-built structure, a gleaming metal sphere covered with quantum field generators. "There it is," Jake said quietly. "The source of our prison." The 50 defending capital ships moved to intercept the human fleet. Each alien vessel was enormous, bristling with weapons and protected by powerful shields. The ZEUS ships looked like insects attacking elephants. "All ships, attack pattern Gamma," Jake ordered. "Hit them with everything we have." The final battle began. ZEUS ships darted between the massive alien vessels like fighters attacking battleships. Their quantum torpedoes found weak points in enemy shields and tore through alien armor. But there were simply too many defenders. ZEUS 7 exploded under concentrated fire from 3 alien cruisers. ZEUS 9 lost its engines and began drifting, helplessly. The human fleet was being destroyed ship by ship. "We're not going to make it," Captain Steve Mitchell reported grimly. That's when Captain Bobby Chen made the ultimate sacrifice. "ZEUS 5 to all ships," he broadcasted. "I'm making a suicide run on the control station. Cover me." Before Jake could object, ZEUS 5 broke formation and raced toward the barrier control station. Bobby Chen pushed his ship to maximum speed, dodging enemy fire and using his last quantum torpedo to blast through the station's outer defenses. "For Earth," Bobby shouted as ZEUS 5 crashed into the control station's core. The explosion was visible from 50 light-years away. The barrier control station shattered into a billion pieces. Across the galaxy, quantum energy waves rippled outward, carrying a message that every species could understand. The barrier around Earth had fallen. Jake felt tears in his eyes as he watched Bobby's sacrifice. But there was no time to mourn. The remaining alien ships were retreating, and human reinforcements were already on their way from Earth. "ZEUS 1 to Earth control," Jake reported. "Mission accomplished. The barrier is down. Humanity is free." General Patricia Stone's voice was filled with emotion. "Outstanding work, Admiral. The first ships from Earth are already launching. The exploration fleet will join you within the week." The surviving ZEUS ships gathered together near the remains of the control station. They had lost 3 ships and 24 brave crew members, but their sacrifice had freed humanity forever. 6 months later, Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of the UES New Liberty, flagship of humanity's expanded fleet. Through the window, he could see Earth ships exploring star systems throughout the galaxy. Human colonies were being established on distant worlds. The Galactic Council had agreed to negotiate after seeing humanity's determination and fighting ability. The Treaty of New Geneva established Earth as an equal member of the galactic community, with all the rights and responsibilities that entailed. "Admiral, we're receiving a message from the Mars colony ship," reported his communications officer. "They've found a habitable planet in the Centauri system." Jake smiled. "Tell them to proceed with landing operations. It's time for humanity to claim its place among the stars." He thought about the brave crews who had died to make this moment possible. Captain Bobby Chen, who had given his life to destroy the barrier. The crews of ZEUS 7 and ZEUS 9, who had fought to the end. They would be remembered as the heroes who freed humanity from its cage. The stars were no longer forbidden. Earth's children would grow up on 1,000 different worlds, exploring and learning and spreading throughout the galaxy. The aliens had tried to cage humanity, but they had learned a hard lesson. You cannot imprison the human spirit. Humanity was free, and the universe would never be the same again. The day had finally come. Admiral Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of ZEUS 1, looking at screens showing the positions of all 12 ships in the secret fleet. 3 years of preparation had led to this moment. Today, humanity would either break free from their prison or die trying. "All ships report ready," came the voice of Captain Steve Mitchell from ZEUS 2. Steve's ship was positioned near Mars, hidden behind the planet's largest moon. The other ZEUS ships were scattered throughout the solar system, all waiting for Jake's signal. "ZEUS 3 ready," reported Commander Nick Turner from his position near Jupiter. "ZEUS 4 ready," said Captain Tony Garcia, whose ship floated in the asteroid belt. One by one, all 12 ship commanders confirmed they were prepared for the breakout attempt. Each ship carried its crew of 8 highly trained personnel. Each ship was equipped with quantum frequency generators that would hopefully fool the alien barrier. Jake opened a communication channel to Earth. "Control, this is ZEUS 1. We are ready to begin the mission." General Patricia Stone's voice came through clearly from the underground command center. "ZEUS 1, you have permission to proceed. Good luck to all of you." Dr. Lisa Hayes sat at the science station on ZEUS 1. She monitored the quantum frequency generators that would make or break their mission. "Frequencies are stable," she reported. "All systems show green." The plan was simple but dangerous. All 12 ZEUS ships would approach the barrier at the same time from different directions. The quantum generators would make them appear to be alien ships returning from patrol. If the technology worked, they would pass through the barrier undetected. If it failed, all 12 ships would be destroyed instantly. "Begin approach," Jake commanded. "All ships maintain radio silence until we're through the barrier." The ZEUS ships moved toward their destiny. Jake watched his instruments as ZEUS 1 accelerated toward the edge of the solar system. The stars ahead looked the same as always, but he knew the invisible wall was there, waiting to destroy any human ship that dared to approach. "Distance to barrier, 50,000 kilometers," Lisa announced quietly. Jake could feel his heart beating faster. Around the solar system, 11 other ZEUS ships were making the same approach. Captain Steve Mitchell in ZEUS 2, Commander Nick Turner in ZEUS 3, Captain Tony Garcia in ZEUS 4, all of them risking their lives for humanity's freedom. 30,000 kilometers, Lisa said. This was farther than any human ship had ever traveled without being destroyed. Jake gripped his command chair and watched the readings on his screen. The quantum frequency generators were working perfectly, broadcasting the alien signals that should fool the barrier. 20,000 kilometers. Jake thought about Earth behind them. Billions of people were waiting to learn if humanity would finally be free. Children dreamed of exploring distant planets. Scientists wanted to study alien worlds. Everyone was counting on the ZEUS fleet. 10,000 kilometers, Lisa whispered. "I can detect the barrier now. It's scanning us." This was the moment of truth. Either the quantum frequencies would work, or ZEUS 1 would become a cloud of burning metal. Jake forced himself to breathe normally as they approached the point where so many brave crews had died before. 5,000 kilometers. "The barrier is responding to our signals. It thinks we're... Wait." Lisa's voice filled with excitement. "Commander, it's working. The barrier is identifying us as alien ships. Jake felt a surge of hope, but he kept his voice calm. Continue approach. Don't change anything. 1,000 kilometers. Still reading as alien vessels. 500 kilometers. Contact. ZEUS. 1 passed through the barrier. Jake felt nothing except the normal vibration of the ship's engines. No alarm sounded. No systems failed. They were through. ZEUS 1 to all ships. Jake whispered into his radio. We made it. Repeat. We made it through. One by one, the other ZEUS ships reported successful barrier passage. Captain Steve Mitchell's voice was full of amazement. ZEUS 2 is through and clear. ZEUS 3, successful passage. Commander Nick Turner confirmed. All 12 ships had made it. For the first time in 3 years, human vessels were flying free in interstellar space. Jake looked at the stars around him and realized they were no longer unreachable. Humanity was free, but their mission was just beginning. Form up on my position, Jake ordered. Phase 2 begins now. The ZEUS ships gathered together in empty space beyond the solar system. They were farther from Earth than any humans had ever traveled. Ahead lay the territory of the Galactic Council, the aliens who had imprisoned humanity. Dr. Lisa Hayes studied her sensors. I'm detecting alien ship movements in the direction of the Council home systems. Regular patrol patterns. They have no idea we're here. Captain Tony Garcia's voice came through the communication system. ZEUS 4 has identified a Council communications relay station. Distance 2 light-years. Should we investigate? Jake considered the options. The mission plan called for the ZEUS fleet to capture an alien communication hub and broadcast humanity's message to the galaxy. This relay station might be perfect for their needs. All ships set course for the relay station. Maintain alien frequency signatures. We don't want them to know we're human until we're ready to reveal ourselves. The ZEUS fleet began its first journey into alien-controlled space. The ships moved in formation, their quantum generators continuing to broadcast alien signals. To any scanner, they looked like a routine Council patrol. As they traveled toward the relay station, Jake opened a secure channel to Earth. Control, this is ZEUS 1. Phase 1 complete. All ships have successfully passed through the barrier. Beginning Phase 2. General Patricia Stone's voice was filled with emotion. Outstanding work, Jake. The whole world is watching. Make us proud. The relay station appeared on their sensors after 6 hours of travel. It was a massive structure, built from the same strange metals that the ZEUS ships had salvaged from crash sites. Dozens of communication arrays pointed in all directions, carrying messages throughout the galaxy. I count 15 alien ships guarding the station, reported Captain Steve Mitchell. Mostly light cruisers and patrol vessels. Captain Tony Garcia studied the tactical situation. ZEUS 4 has a clear approach vector. I can take out their communication array with 1 torpedo strike. Negative, Jake said. We need that array intact. Our job is to capture it, not destroy it. The ZEUS fleet approached the relay station slowly. The alien guards paid no attention to them. As far as the aliens knew, 12 Council ships were returning from a routine patrol. ZEUS 1 to relay station. Jake broadcasted on alien frequencies. Request permission to dock for maintenance and crew rotation. The alien response came immediately. Permission granted. Use docking ports 7 through 18. Jake smiled grimly. The aliens were making this easy. All ships proceed to docking. Prepare for boarding action. The 12 ZEUS ships docked with the relay station. Jake could see alien crew members through the station windows going about their normal duties. They had no idea that their worst nightmare was about to become reality. All teams, begin boarding, Jake commanded. The ZEUS crews moved quickly and efficiently. They had trained for this moment for months. Within minutes, they had taken control of the entire relay station. The alien crew was captured without a single shot being fired. Captain Tony Garcia's team secured the main communication array. ZEUS 4 team has control of the transmission equipment, ready to broadcast on all frequencies. Jake took a deep breath. This was the moment that would change everything. Once he sent the message, the entire galaxy would know that humanity was free and ready to fight. Begin transmission. Jake ordered. Captain Tony Garcia activated the communication system. Jake's voice went out across the galaxy on every frequency. The Council used, "This is Admiral Jake Morrison of the Earth Defense Fleet. For 3 years you have held humanity prisoner in our own solar system. You thought we were weak. You thought we would accept our cage quietly. You were wrong. Humanity is free, and we are coming for you. To the Galactic Council, you caged the wrong species." The message went out to every alien world, every council, ship, every monitoring station in the galaxy. For the first time, humanity had spoken directly to their captors. Jake looked at his crew. Phase 2 complete. Now comes the hard part.